It's not that he's never done this. It's that he thinks this was a good idea. Okay.
The people there think it's
right away. The setup is wrong. The grip is wrong. His feet are wrong.
He's got the right outfit, though.
Yes, he does. This is what happens. They go, hey, we need to bring men back into the fold. Let's show some masculine activities, and you just can't because you've been avoiding them like the plague your entire life. Mamdani, you know, the communist who's running for mayor and actually winning right now by projections in a landslide. New York City, you get what you deserve. This may be his Howard Dean moment. I don't know. He decided to upload him bench pressing on camera. Sorry, right clip, always right clip, but here's the bench press clip.
This is how you move up in the pole.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
It's not that he's weak. It's not that he's never done this. It's that he thinks this was a good idea. Okay.
The people there think it's
right away. The setup is wrong. The grip is wrong. His feet are wrong.
He's got the right outfit, though.
Yes, he does. He's
Let's go.
Zero.
Let me get one more.
Zero. And the foot comes off the ground.
Three. Let me get 3.
Oh, come on, flex for us, bro.
His spotter was lifted.
Those
Yeah.
look like 35s.
Look.
Not giving him 135.
No, I don't think that's 135 either.
They look like 35 plates, don't they?
Yeah, not 45.
Here's the thing, and you can stop the video. It's not that he's weak, and I don't know how you get to the point of being a full-grown male should be able to bench press 135 pounds, barring some kind of disability. You can comment below if that. Right, it's kind of a baseline. He would have to actively avoid any activities that involve physical strain to be that weak. Do you understand that? Like, he would have to see a barbell, and walk the other way his entire life to be that weak. But this is what happens when you hire a giant, fat, genderqueer lesbian, right, to reach Gen Z males. This is what happens. They go, hey, we need to bring men back into the fold. Let's show some masculine activities. And you just can't because you've been avoiding them like the plague your entire life. And everything about that was wrong. He didn't set up properly. And that's important, too, for you if you don't want to get injured. Maybe we could just do a quick tutorial tomorrow. Show someone in the office who's never bench pressed.
Right.
Guarantee you within the very first lesson we could get them to bench better than Mamdani properly. Let me know if you want us to do that tomorrow.
Billy can totally do that.
Now, let's compare this to the left, right, trying to make that same argument about Pete Hegseth's pull-ups. This is the clip they showed you.
Pete and Bobby challenge today. 50 pull-ups, 100 push-ups. You try to get under 5 minutes.
And people commented, Pete Hegseth does pull-ups like a wimp. We should call him Paltry Pete. These are the same people, by the way, who support Mamdani. That's the only reason it matters is we're trying to hold them to the same standard. And while I won't say they are perfect, it's important that you see Hegseth's pull-ups at the beginning of the exercise. And this is just another example of the left, right? This is why you don't want to argue from the perspective of hypocrisy. They go, see, look, you're not all tough. Yeah. It's really easy to point out someone failing or point out their hypocrisy if they hold up any standards whatsoever. So if someone says, hey, it's a good thing for a man to be strong, it's a good thing for a man to stay physically capable, and he falls short, well, that doesn't make him a hypocrite. It just means that he's working on himself. Mm-hmm. The left loves to hold you to a standard to which they would never hold themselves. Look at Mamdani. Look at Joe Biden, right? They talk about how Donald Trump's old. Joe Biden? Right? They said that what was it? Ben Carson wasn't black enough.
Right.
Herman Cain wasn't black enough. Alan Keyes wasn't black enough. Colin Powell wasn't black enough. Kamala Harris?
Jamaican.
So let's just keep accepting their standards and beating them at their own game and then just point it out. I don't know how the left can reach young men. It really is a problem of completely feminine men. And I don't just mean in physical strength. I mean in ideals. Nothing they do. If I was a 20-something-year-old male There's a 30-something-year-old male. Nothing they do could possibly resonate with me. And every time they try and join the fray of masculine activity, it makes me respect them less. You can let me know if that's you. I see that with a lot of young men and a lot of young women complaining that there are no men left. By the way, Mark Wayne Mullen joined in on the challenge with pull-ups, and these are pretty good. Let's fast forward. So he's probably kipping.
That's 15. That's 15. That was tough. I gotta admit, a little harder than I thought. I did smash y'all's records.
333.
333.
And you know what this comes down to? It's a very masculine trait for men, not only to strain, to face and overcome challenges, but to work on themselves.
Yeah.
To accept responsibility, accountability, look at their shortcomings, say, okay, how can I improve this? That's why a lot of the men who we respect, whether it's Abe Lincoln, George Washington, Teddy Roosevelt, and I'm not talking about all their politics, but they talked about the strenuous life. They talked about self-improvement. They talked about accountability. And when you look at the left, it's the same as far as policy, right? There's something masculine about, okay, what can I do? Can I improve my family situation? The left says government grocery stores, EBT SNAP. There is a parallel between getting up and doing something difficult to improve yourself when no one's watching, just as far as physical fitness, and I'm not saying you have to be Mr. Olympia, and in life, looking at adversity and obstacles, and instead of blaming everyone but yourself, again, putting yourself in a position of discomfort to overcome it. That's what makes it a masculine trait, and that's why the left, today's progressive Democrat Party, can never resonate with men.
Yeah, and they were chanting in the background of the Mamdani, "This is how you go up in the polls." I'm like, nobody's going to look at this and go, "That's my guy."
That's how you end up dancing on a pole.
That's how you go up and down someone else's pole.
Right? No, but think about Hexeth and think about Kennedy. Like Kennedy, outside of his voice, is like, well, actually, somebody who seems rather healthy. Now he may do some other stuff that maybe we wouldn't, steroids or something else like that maybe not so healthy, but he looks healthy. Okay, so people can go, okay, well, that makes a little more sense. Hexeth. When the military feels completely disconnected from leadership because of the path that leadership has gone down, at the very least, it looks like he's willing to jump in and do a lot of the stuff. Even if he can't do it 100%, he's like right there with them. He's doing a lot of those types of things.
Which is a requirement.
To identify with, exactly, but to identify with the boys again, right?
Yeah.
So it's not such a complete gap like it used to be. And Josh, you probably know better than I do, but wouldn't that be, as long as everything else is good, like wouldn't that be a good thing?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of mandatory, actually. The thought of defense secretary not being able to do pull-ups is actually insane.
Yeah. It's kind of insulting.
Yeah, it is insulting.
Yeah.
We've seen that in the past from some of these, overweight and office clerk defense secretaries.
It comes down to this. Hey, maybe Joe Biden, maybe Mamdani, maybe they have exhibited discipline in some area of their life at some point. But we'd have no proof of that, right? Because if you look at their policy, none of it involves discipline. What is discipline? Discipline is doing what needs to be done or doing the right thing even after the excitement has worn off. Now, you can look at policy that obviously would be centered around discipline. Hey, you get to keep what you earn, right? We shouldn't be taxing you out of existence. Pro-business policy, the right to choose your health care. Right, the right to choose to manifest your own. That involves discipline because it involves accountability and risk on behalf of the creator, the person, the business owner, the risk taker, the employee sometimes. Same thing, you see discipline, seeing someone who is strong, seeing someone who is fast, seeing someone who's good at darts, who's good at whatever it is, you see the manifestation of discipline because you know it took a lot of practice. That's what it comes down to. And with Mamdani, maybe he was disciplined in some regards at some point in his life. We'd have no way of knowing. There's nothing that he could show us. Build a business? No. Gone out and taken a risk? No. Done something on his own? No. Physically, even passably strong compared to the average male, even in the 1920s? Absolutely not. So we'd have no way of knowing that this man could have discipline in any facet of life. The little things apply to the big things. Fat, vagina, is exactly what I would say if I wasn't here on YouTube. So go and subscribe on Rumble. Same channel where free speech is actually alive and well. Or you can stay here and the